Bridgetown TV, as usual, please watch, like, subscribe. Most importantly to myself, please share. Here we are on Boxing Day down at Queensgate. After, do you know what, let's just say the score. Bridgetown Town 2, Tadcaster Albion 0. Massive 3 points for Christmas. Thank you for that, Tomo. But you know what, let's pick the game apart now. How do you think today's game went, sir?
We got there in the end, mate. I think that is probably, it sounds awful starting on such a negative, but that is probably the worst half of football we've had first half. You know, we go in 1-0 up. So we jiggled around a little bit today because of personnel that was unavailable, and it didn't really work. So we said with 5 to go to just get us in. You know, Dicko and Yatesy sat in for the last 5-7 minutes of the first half, and we got them in and had a real conversation about, you know, where we was letting ourselves down. But we went back to what we're familiar with, and I think when you've got a player like Ben Lewis that can be as versatile as he is, I mean, the kid's been phenomenal today. Starting left of a back three, finishing the game at left full back, and he's not looked out of place. He was superb. So we had to change it because it wasn't working. But fair play, because second half, I think, you know, they've dominated the ball. They've done very, very well. Joey Norton's taken his goal very well, and we was able to bring good quality legs on that changed us. You know, Norts did that, and I thought Broads, for the amount of time that he was on the pitch, he was superb, and he gave us another outlet. So yeah, first half we weren't too impressed, but fair play to the boys because they took on board what we've asked of them at half time, and they've changed the way we played the game.
So obviously myself and my assistant, I know my assistant, my person in the media team, Ben Edwards, we said going to the 3 at the back. What thinking the bottom and they haven't won all year, let's go for the throat, or was there a reason why?
Nothing about them, it's our personnel, you know. So our most consistent player this year has been Will Sutton, and we've not had him available. So we've got 3 centre halves that we can play there in Jack, in Willow, and Ben Lewis. And we thought that we'd have enough to be able to work that, but they got it out wide early, and they capitalised. And we knew that our weak point would be that we had wide men. We'd be susceptible to a ball down the channel, and they did that okay in the first half. I think we were pretty fortunate that they couldn't really finish the dinner in the first half.
I did again myself, and then we sat talking at half time saying, a bit like what you just said, that's our worst half, yet we've come in 1-0.
Yeah, but I'm talking the way we do things, Kevin. You know,
we know you do things
the shape and the personnel who did things in midfield, we got bypassed a little bit. So yes, you know, the best bit of quality in the first half was Andy Norfolk's ball into the box and Ben Lewis's header. That was superb. So we feel like we got ourselves out of jail a little bit.
But you didn't really turn up. You come in 1-0. On another game, you didn't turn up. You might be 3-4-0 down.
Yeah, exactly.
You come in 1-0 thinking that wasn't our finest hour in the first half.
Yeah.
I don't think that you mentioned Andy Norfolk there. He flirts around this, like, doesn't he? But you played him in defensive mid today. So you use him all over, don't you?
Well, again, we work on a lot, Kevin, training around positional stuff where lads play on the pitch, and we've got a fair few that can play in multiple positions. And with Andy,
excuse me, Gaffer.
We've got a raffle winner.
We've got a raffle winner for Christmas. There you go. Sorry about that.
And with Andy, he's another one of those players. He's very intelligent, he's got a great football brain, and he put in a captain's performance today because when we goes 2-0 up, he banked up, he sat in, he soaked up pressure.
Very versatile, isn't he? Very versatile. I don't think you really see that. Well, we do now, but normally I always see him as a 9, a 10. Mm-hmm. You're happy to play him out, like looking after your back 4.
Yeah, because Andy will break lines. You know, he'll break lines with the ball at his feet, but he can also find a good pass breaking lines. So being deeper, he can see what's in front of him. And today, like I say, he did the dirty side of it. He played the 4, he played the holding midfielder, and he broke things up and made life difficult. So I know we're starting negative there, but the way we finished the game is brilliant. You know, the goal, breakaway, got men into the box. You know, it's not really falling for Denny, and Joe Norts is there to slam it around.
He's a person that I wanted to mention today in this interview. You know, you think about what I want to speak to you about. Joe Norton, I think he's persevered. He puts that shift in, and you know when he scored today, do you know you jump out your chair and you're buzzing for someone.
Yeah.
I was buzzing for Joe Norton today.
Well, I've been really gutted for Joe because since he's come to the club, it feels like he hasn't been injury free yet. He's not been full tilt what I know him as in respect. He's got 20 goals in 21 games for us boys, and he's not had that yet. He's had niggly ones. He had the bad one that he picked up at Cleethorpes, then tried to play the week after. And we're just about getting him back to what I believe is his full fitness. He's got a little problem with his calf, and that's why he's not starting today. But he will leave everything out.
I'm going to say what, and I know it's hard to do crystal ball and predict the future. We sit here and sometimes get this so wrong that we get egg on our face like that. But if I was to say to you, your predictions for Joe Norton 2023, what you seeing there?
I won't tell you what I'm saying.
No, I've got you the gaffer there. I've asked you a question.
No, I'll tell you behind closed doors, but I won't put pressure on him. Joe scores goals. And I told Joe when he came to this level, where you use there, his perseverance, his absolute desire to work channels and to work the dirty ones, he'll pick up bits. And that was seen today. You think Denny's going to score, and it comes over to Joey Norton, and he's there, and he's on point, and he'll give us that. So yeah, I'm not going to put pressure on him, but he will score his goals.
Make sure you give me that chance before I leave the building today. I think I know what you're going to say, right? Because being around football, I see something in that lad.
Yeah.
I see something in that lad. And another thing I just want to say, right? One of my friends, Ben Edwards, who's in our media team, he sponsors him. And I've wanted to shout his name out the mic all year. Anyway, I'm ready to shout it out today. Sponsored by Support Your Style. So any of our fans, check out Support Your Style. It's Ben in the media team there, his company. So Support Your Style, check it out. And you know what? As we sit here, next time we're going to speak to you, it's going to be after New Year's Eve, New Year's Day sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and let's start with a message from our gaffer Tomo, the guy that we all look up to. Is you are the boss. No, you're the boss, man. Whether you like it or not, you're the gaffer, right? You're the boss. Your message to the Bridgetown faithful who come week in, go home away, The floor's yours, Gaffer,
The support's been phenomenal. With the young lads coming through, I love what the club's done in respect of letting the younger lads come in, or younger boys and girls come in for free. And we say it a lot, they're the future. And if they're down here and they're enjoying it, it's everything that we love to see. And I think it was at the British Legion game where we had 30-40 of them on the pitch giving the man of the match award. I love that, and I think they're the ones that we need to keep engaged with, because they're the guys that are going to come in and buy the beer in 6 and 7 years time.
100%.
But the support's been phenomenal, and we see the same mill faces that come away with us, and I love that, because the support us home and away. And they've given us a bit of a 12th man at some of our away games, Dunnington and Concert are two that I'd look at and think that the fans have really helped us out there. So, stick with us, because we're doing things right, is probably the message that I would say. We're trying to give you the town football that they'll enjoy, and coming down here and watching the game played right. And I'd like to think we're not too far away from that. We've been dealt a few naff ones, I think, with some of the draws that we've had, but we aren't far away, mate. And it's games like that today where I told the boys pre-game, it's a real potential banana skin, because they've gone. I wanted the last 2-3 weeks for these boys to play and win a game, because you kind of don't want them coming here still with that monkey on the back.
Yeah.
So it could have been a potential banana skin, and a team like that becomes dangerous. 1-0 down just after half time. They're leaving 5 men high for a corner, and that to me it screams that it could be dangerous. So to defend the way we did in the second half, and to score the goal in the manner that we did, clean sheet, 2 good goals, and that kickstarts us a little bit now, because I was really frustrated after Eben. We've come up against a team that hasn't been outside the top 4 or 5 all season, and two goals were scored on our error. We hadn't had a chance to put that right until today. So the boys knew that was in my mind. I told them openly that we're competing against a team that hasn't been outside the top 4 or 5, and we've gifted them 2 goals. It's the only real opportunities that they had in the game. So we know we're good enough to compete with those teams at the top, but it's that personal discipline, personal pride, collective discipline in how we do things in a team shape, and we're not far away from getting that absolutely locked in. And they're all buying in. They're great lads, and they know the way that we want to do things. So we just have to keep taking
effort gets you through the door. Mate, we know all these little sayings that we use, right? Mate, if I was to put you on the spot, 2023, crystal ball it now, Gaffy, yeah? Where are we going to finish? How's 2023 going to look for Brilliant.
You're not going to tell me.
Maybe I've got to ask you. This time of year, I've got to ask you. 2023, where are we finishing? How was the year looking? Over to you, Tommy.
And I'm not going to tell you which way this is going to go, but
Where's they relegated? I'm afraid you are now.
We're 4 points off where I thought we'd be. Right? I'm not going to tell you whether that's more or less. We're 4 points off from where I thought we'd be at this time in the year. So we're not far away from the expectations that I set myself and that the management team set ourselves as to what we think the ability level in there is. What I will say is I've learnt a lot about the league in a real short period of time, and what we can expect from teams, what we can expect going away, especially the longer trips. And I think my judgment was pretty spot on with the Stockton and Work sort of connotations that those boys are going to be up there and probably run away with it. So yeah,
Where are we finishing? You're avoiding the question.
I'm not telling you, mate. I won't tell you. I won't put that on camera because we've got our own.
I won't put it on camera. It's not like bloody
We've got our
Sky Sports on BBC, is it? You know.
We set quarterly targets for the season, so we're two quarters into that now.
We'll look at the place or we'll look at relegation. There, you don't have to put a play position in.
I'm happy where we are at the minute, mate. I'm happy where we're at the minute. We're doing what I was looking for. Like I said, the boys are bought in, they're playing football the way I want them to play, and I know that we can be successful.
Alright, here's one thing then. So, second half of the season was better than the first.
I'd love to be here.
No, no, you is that
Well,
it? Yeah?
That'd be staying up for, wouldn't it?
Plus one. Yeah. Do you know, so it's like talking to a coded bow when you try to predict the future. What I will say, Tom, right? Do you know, so from me, Ben, Dom and all that, do you know what? Thank you for engaging with us and doing these interviews. Thank you for just being a gaffer that's open to the staff, you know?
Yeah.
So from us to you, thank you very much. Have a great Christmas.
Yeah.
All the best for the new year. We do go again, Grimsby Borough on the 2nd, it's away, and our next game back at the fortress that is Queensgate is on the 7th when we welcome Lincoln United to Bridgetown. What I would say is thank you all the people who subscribed, who watched this, which is must be cringeworthy watching us sometimes you don't even answer a question. Thank you to all the people who subscribed and watched, and you know what, thank you to everyone who backs the club that we love. We will see you in the new year. We wish you all the best for 2023. And he will get us to the playoffs. He just told me that. He whispered it to me. He'll get us to the playoffs. Right, everyone, take care. All the best for 2023. We'll see you soon. Bridgetown TV out.